trying to make another video. If this is I believe this is going to be like a sort of continuation. I got a haircut. I haven't been able to paint him, but he's got 2 coats of like a white acrylic paint just to keep him going. I think my plan is I'm gonna go back and add some like nice gray washes, brighten up the highlights, and then I got paid very recently, and I'm like, I want to spend the money on like contrast paints because it seems really fun. I've seen a lot of videos, so hopefully sometime soon I will be able to snag a nice like little set for myself, but we're not working on that now. I have to hunch because you're currently balanced on my computer, on my desk, and I sit pretty high on this thing. I try to have good posture. But what we're doing right now is I have this like nice piece of corkboard, and this was like a candle stopper, and I just stole it from my house, because what else are we going to do with it besides make terrain? And I want to just make something interesting with using the like terrain materials that I have on hand, because I know like terrain stuff is pretty expensive. Everyone knows the sort of trick of getting aquarium gravel, getting like reptile bedding too. I know a bit of that, and I've used some because I have a younger brother who has a snake, so free bedding default, and that's super great and all, but I just want to make something. I don't want to waste my time just getting caught in the weeds of everything, and so I can show you what I am using currently. I am using this like tan flock material. I have a lot of it still because I have it in this Tostitos jar, and I also have some in this witch hazel pad thing, just whatever containers I could find to keep it together. And then another queso jar, you could tell that I eat a lot of cheese, is like some nice reindeer moss that I bought like maybe a couple months ago. But I also have some stuff that I made myself. So like Army Painter has like tufts and that sort of thing, and like these like grass tufts that have like a piece of adhesive on the bottom so you can put it on your set, etc. I decided to make my own. This cost me nothing to make. I had hot glue on me, which is the base, and the hair or the grass is actually a cheap hair extension. So I don't have like natural colors on me right now, which isn't a huge problem for me. I don't necessarily even care to work with supernatural stuff. It's gonna be, my base is gonna be loosely inspired by this one that I was sort of experimenting with, just layering hot glue pieces. Let me see if I can get a better light on that. It's a little difficult to see, but it's like, it has like some really nice textural layers, and it's just building up this flocking over like probably like 2-3 layers. So I feel like that's gonna work really well. And as a finisher, I suppose, I was using some like air dry clay, and it's not very good, unfortunately, but what it does is when it hardens and has these little pieces, it makes like really nice little rocks. And my camera's not, it's gonna pick up my face, but you'll be able to see sooner than later. So I'm not worried about like, because like sometimes I'll just go out and I'll just steal gravel from people's driveways, like a freak. But we're not doing that right now. I'm not going outside. I don't want to go outside. I want to finish this terrain. I have work in less than 6 hours, so I want to see if I can get something tolerable in that time. So wish me luck, Godspeed. Okay, so I am back. It's been like 10-15 minutes, not a lot of time, but I added the first couple layers of the basing flock. And my sort of trick that I like to use, because we have like some really fun like texture stuff like going on right now, is I use this gel super glue. And I really just like, it's not a super expensive material, and I have tons of it because it like lasts me forever, because for minis I only need like a microscopic amount for it to work. It's pretty good. And I prefer it over like the typical running stuff, because like I'm a messy dude. It's gonna get all over my hands. This stuff gets on my hands regardless, but I have more control over like where it goes, and that's nice. It is unfortunately glued shut, so I've been using this ballpoint pen to basically smear it onto the base, but it adds like a really nice effect. I think it's super good. And then next, I think once this dries, I am going to do the same treatment to the base of these, because you see it has like some unfortunate, it's very obvious like hot glue is like there. And I don't know if I'll be able to cover up all of it, because like then I don't want to like glue the actual tufts themselves. But I think like we're having like some nice thing, and I'm not keeping this green for the terrain, but I do like, because I left some of the corkboard open, I do like some of that, and I am a little sad to get rid of it, but c'est la vie, it's how it be. My plan is, because the one thing that I got with my test base essentially is crazy. I don't think I've seen people do this before, but I use straight up watercolor, because the flock is a sort of porous material. You can get some really interesting effects, and the nice thing about the super glue is that it's not water soluble, so you can get this as wet as you want, and a lot of the flock is going to stay in place, and it's going to stay where you need it to be. So you have like a real good time, real fun time. I got these for a different thing, and these are quite expensive, but these are Winsor Newton professional watercolor. I have Naples Yellow, Permanent Rose, Cobalt Turquoise Light, and then Cobalt Violet. I'm a big fan of the yellow. It's like my favorite shade of yellow of all time. Look at that, big fan. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to dry, so it gets nice and flat, but I've shaken it as much as I possibly can, so I think this is the flock that we're working with. And I just dipped my finger in super glue, so I'm going to leave that. And then I'm going to start flocking the base of the other tufts, because I have a good selection that I can get to, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so it's been about an hour since I've started, so I think we're making good time. I just wanted to give this piece ample time to dry properly, but yeah, no, we got, I think the watercolor dried pretty nice, had some like interesting color variation. It's going in a direction that I wasn't totally expecting. But now what I've done is I've taken these tufts, and since it's a glob of hot glue, I'm not entirely sure how clean the basing job will be, like around it, because I don't want to like mess up the fibers on the bottom, because I was thinking about hot gluing more, but again, I'm worried that the hot glue gun is going to melt the plastic fibers of these tufts, which is not ideal. So I've just taken scissors and I've just cut it super down as close as I can to the base of where the fibers are. You can see on this one it's like super tiny. just to minimize the amount of exposed glue, and therefore minimizing the amount of like basing that I'm gonna need to do on top of it. But I have some idea where everything's gonna go. I've just been kind of like moving these pieces around. It's like the nice part about having these sort of things. Like I can be a little non-committal with it at the beginning, but I am going to start hot gluing. We have, yeah, so the sort of like setup that I have going on, these aren't gonna stand up on their own because the tufts are not, they don't have like the best balance, but that's not important because they're going to be glued down anyway. We got like a nice like little area in the front where you put like the model or whatever, and then in the back sort of like a amount of brush, so you get like a nice even variation between like plants and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it. I might add a little dry brushing around the center so it's like some lighting effects, but not over the whole thing, because I think like I want the attention to be on one specific area. We're having like some good contrast and some good values, and I want to like try to keep that up. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so I glued everything down. The super glue is not really on my team. We have like some like scraggly bits in the back, but I was just like, fuck it. Let's just like put as much terrain, like flocking on it as we possibly can. And then I went back with the same brown that I used for like the darker parts of the piece, and just like added that, so it felt like there was like some dirt, and then I painted like a little bit of the base of like the plastic, so it like felt more natural, like it wasn't just like hot pink all the way around, like this baby pink that's going on. And I think it's done. We are 3 minutes under the 2 hours, so this is real nice for me, because if I don't do it in one go, then it probably won't get done. And I really like, even though I've been tentatively calling this mini the Prince of Stab, I really rock with him. I really like him, and I think this is like this sort of display is really for him. And I think he looks real cute there, actually. I like him a lot, and I think this will like influence his color palette, because I'll be honest, I haven't painted him because I've been pretty nervous. Like I haven't thought of like what colors to do, because it is like kit bashing, but I do like the sort of like super desaturated green, hot pink, and then like a sort of like magenta red combo. So yeah, I'm gonna put some pictures up, and that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope to do something of this scale soon. I really like building something that looks nice out of just essentially nothing. I didn't pay anything for this. The flocking material was probably like $10 for like so much of it, and I probably like I didn't make a dent in it at all. It was probably like a dime's worth of flocking material, and just a bunch of stuff that I had around, as well as like, you know, paint and brushes and that sort of stuff, but that's like pretty accessible, I feel like. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope to make more of these, and I'll see you later. Wow.